What's happening, peeps? This is your boy, JTrain83, the Rail Enthusi-Artist. This week, I wanted to revamp this art piece and also tell another one of my personal railfanning stories. This piece I titled, My First Time on the Franklin Avenue Shuttle. So to get on with the story, it was around summertime of 1988. I was about 5 years of age at the time, and I remember that my mother wanted to go out and get some air and enjoy some outside time, which was very rare for her to do because she worked a lot. So she decided she wanted to go to Prospect Park. I remember getting excited to go to Prospect Park because we had to get there by taking the subway. So I totally understood that we were taking the train and I couldn't wait to head out to the train. So I got dressed and ready, and so did my mom. Once we were ready, we headed out the house and was heading over to Gates Avenue Station, and we waited for the J train. We was on the Queensbound side of the platform. Caught that until we took it to Eastern Parkway. From there, the next train we had to take was the A train. Back then, it ran local only in Brooklyn on the weekends, so there was no C train service then. The C train would only come out on the weekdays, but not to go on a tangent, but just to get back to the story. So we had to get an A train at Broadway, East New York, and once before it was unified by the name Broadway Junction, of course. As usual, the car class we boarded was on the R44. Anytime I rode the A train, I always got an R44. R44s, they pretty much ran on the road more than the R38s, so we was taking that to Franklin Avenue. This is one part of the subway system that I was indeed very much introduced to, the Franklin Avenue Shuttle. So we would get off the A train and we would come upstairs, and there was some more stairs, but it was across the street. Back then, this transfer was somewhat free, but not free. I'll explain. I remember we would go upstairs and the L structure was very old looking. I mean, very old. The structure had the old lattice girders, not the typical steel girders commonly seen on the active elevated train lines you see today. So continuing on, my mother and we would go right up the stairs, and at the end of the stairs, it's like a wooded platform. And on that wooded platform was a token booth, or the station agent's booth, that's what we called it back then, and some turnstiles with a gate at the end of the station. And there was two platforms, but one was active, with only one track in which the train would arrive and terminate, and turn right back around to go to Prospect Park. So we would go through the turnstile and the train, arrives. But to my surprise, the Franklin Avenue Shuttle train arrives using the same car class as I remember it on the J train. It was, of course, my favorite, the R27 and R30 car class. Except this train was 4 cars. So we boarded the train, and again, I was totally introduced to this subway line, which I was very fortunate to see this particular subway line in the condition that it was in. That line was really jacked up, and I remember the station canopies had paint chippings. The tracks was very rickety, so the trains, they would pretty much sway from side to side, like really hard. Surprisingly, the train wouldn't bump into anything, but it was interesting how the train kept its, sense of physics. And I just remember that subway line at the time was really falling apart. And as I remembered from the ride, the R27 and the R30 car class, they were non-air conditioned subway trains. So they used to have like these old school Axiflow fans, at which they would spew out warmer air when, during the summer. They didn't really give out cool air, so I remember, that. So back then, I remember the train crews, they used to have the storm doors that was open at each and every car during the hot season. So whenever the train would start to run, the air would circulate through the train. Because, the unfortunate part was, the trains back then, they was really loud. So you couldn't hear them, you couldn't really like hear the next person, you was having a conversation with. And there was times you just had to yell just to, overtalk the sound of the train because they were so loud. So finally, from that short trip on the Franklin Avenue shuttle, we had arrived to Prospect Park Station. And of course, that was my little adventure in itself when it comes to riding the old New York City subways. But I want to put it out there that I do have more railfanning stories to tell for another time. So I wanted to, conclude that from there. So before I go, I just want to let everyone know, I know right now that I haven't been posting any new content and creating any new drawings for right now. That's only because right now I'm in the middle of fixing up my channel, because I think a lot of my past videos has been hit with one of those potential earning, maybe limited pop-ups. So yeah, some of the music that I was using probably from like the previous app that I used to use is now hit with those copyright not a copyright strike, but it's one of those possible copyright claims, I guess. So now I'm trying to do some major changes and replace, the music from there, and probably, start using the YouTube videos and stuff like that. I know it's a lot of work. It's probably not going to be all that, but I'm doing it whatever I can to make sure that my channel is eligible for monetization. I actually want to do that, but yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there and let everyone know, like, that's what's going on right now. I'm doing some like changes with some of my past videos, trying to do some replacing of music and all that other stuff. But not to worry though, you are going to see something real soon, and try not to leave anybody here, hanging and stuff like that. So I just wanted to let everybody know that's what's going on right now. So it's gonna take some time right now. So I know between dealing with trying to keep up with my YouTube channel and also dealing with work, so I'm trying to squeeze in time to make time for all the other stuff. But don't worry, you guys are gonna see something real soon though. So with that being said, make sure that you guys stay tuned, keep your notifications on, and all that other good stuff. As usual, you guys be cool, be kind to one another. Also, be respectful. World's too crazy enough for all this madness anyways. But with that being said, you guys have a good one. See you guys on the next one, and hopefully real soon. Don't worry, I'm not gonna leave you guys hanging, but just keep your eyes and your ears peeled or whatever, just, whatever. But anyways, see you guys in the next one.